our lovely, I know you know, our Patreon. Our Patreon. Check her out, see what you think about that. By the way, check these three out and see what you think about them. Okay, let's dive into this episode today, leaving them up on the screen for right now. Actually, even take that down, a little bit distracting. And let's take this down, a little bit distracting. Guys, welcome back to Crypto Info. Today we're covering the ETFs, the XRP ETFs. Where are we? We had some backups. We got a lot of bellyache and a lot of crying from the children of the crypto space. Guys, let's please pay attention. Keep your eye on the ball. Stop being silly. The first US XRP ETF, you know, is already live. REX-Osprey ETF. Why are we worried? It went up on the 18th, you know, on Cboe BZX, the Chicago exchange. And guys, breaking records, as you well know. It's first day up. And we've got many more behind them, even though we have some backups, and that's okay. We've got some extensions. You know that the XRPR did 37.7 mil in a day and like 24 mil in the first 90 minutes. Okay. Largest natural one-day volume print for a 2025 ETF. Period. Yes, period. Blew everybody else away. Broke records. This REX-Osprey XRPR. Past 500 million in AUM now. And that's how you announce you've showed up to the scene, guys. That's how you do it, right? There are 4 spot trust ETFs coming. We've got SEC filings, 19B rule proposals already on file that we know. Taking the fast track, of course, the new fast track 21 shares core XRP ETFs coming up on Cboe and the Rule 1411 filing confirmed by Edgar. We also have Franklin XRP ETF coming, and that was filed March 11th, 2025. Coinbase custody coming up very shortly. Proceedings for approval or denial are coming up very shortly here. And also, let's please not forget, we have Bitwise XRP ETF. Amended S1 filing August 22nd, 2025. Benchmark is CME, XRPR, and variant index is their custodian is, I'm not sure, I forgot. I don't know who their custodian is. We also have CoinShares XRP ETF. That was filed the 24th of January. And that's coming on Nasdaq, baby. Let's see what happens with these filings, whether they come to light or not. I think we all know they are. Every one of these spots is part of the pipeline that I'm going to call Pipeline 4. They're, of course, not rumors. These are real documents with signatures and timestamps that exist, guys. These are really happening. This is not rumor. These filings are really in. It's not a rumor. This is all happening. Nasdaq, New York Stock Exchange, Cboe. It means that once these products hit these markets, guys, we're going to see major inflows into some of these crypto ETFs. Okay. So we're seeing decision windows cluster around kind of like mid-October. Not every XRP ETF, of course, is a spot. We know that. Let's hit on other variants already filed or effective. Okay. Volatility shares, XRPI and XRPT, seeks a futures. Plus cash collateral through a Cayman subsidiary. Welcome in, Marnie. Welcome to the channel. Guys, welcome to Crypto Info. ProShares XRPR, UXRP, and RIPS. Also versions for daily trading. Designed for traders, not for long-term holders, by the way. Teucrium, 2-time long and 2-time short. Uses swaps and futures for daily reset exposure. Amplify XRP monthly opinion income ETF. Basically, what we're looking at here is a number of these filings that are basically going to send XRP's price shooting to the freaking moon after, Q2, Q3, 2026. That is my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. Never is. Anyway, this is for education and informational purposes only, sometimes some education. But let's keep our eyes on these dates, guys. October 18th through the 22nd. Key decision dates. Watch Cboe's rule filing page coming up shortly. Both the Franklin and Bitwise filing named Coinbase Custody and the CME CF Index as their official benchmarks. So Let's keep an eye on that. Let's measure net inflows and just see where they are. All the data in Cboe says this basically live. XRPR Osprey launched the 18th on BZX, 37.7 million in inflows. Pipeline spot ETFs, 21 shares is what's coming in Franklin, Bitwise, and CoinShares. They've all filed S1s, 19 B4s. We're ready to go with those. My head is spinning. My head is spinning from all that is to come into the XRP, into the XRP ecosystem, let's say, which includes everything. A whole lot of these families of cryptos are going to shoot, guys. Yeah, we're looking at an explosion coming. We've seen it with Bitcoin. We've seen it with Ethereum. XRP is next up to bat. We've seen it with some Solana. They're next up to bat. And I think we're going to see a huge explosion. Guys, we're going to get to our markets. Give me just one moment. We'll be right back. And we're back. Okay, so let's get to some markets. Let's get to some, let's see what is going on with the old, first of all, the old Bitcoin. Cryptocurrency market cap, 4.28 trillion. We've not been this high in history. I don't know. Nobody's really talking about that. Why? Why are you not talking about here? Let's get to the market cap first. Why are y'all not talking about that? Why? And where the heck is my market cap? Here we go. Now, where's my all? Here we go. Now, how come nobody's talking about we're the highest we've ever been at a 4.3 trillion cryptocurrency market cap? Look at this, ready to go. We're ready to blow. She's ready to blow, Jim. I can't take her any faster, Captain. She's gonna blow. She can't hold herself together, Captain. That's a horrible Scotty. But yeah, this whole thing. How can it look at this? Whoa, hold, hang on, hold on, disbelievers. I don't realize I have a huge hair on my mic. Guys, what in the world? Nobody's seen this before, now have yous? Because look at, wait, check out the box that comes up and mind the date and the price, please. Look at below a trillion here. We're at an 800 bill, 870, 900 bill. Now we hit a trill here in 2022, July. Now look, we take ourselves to fall 2022. Let me take you down the journey here. We hit 1 trill. We go down to 800 bill around winter time. Oh yeah, 700 bill. I believe that could be FTX time, if I recall correctly. And then we come back up. Boom. Now here we go. We're in 2023 in the spring. We're at 1.17 trillion. She's going neck and neck. She's breaking out of the pack. It's 2023 December, and she's at 1.66 trillion. She's breaking out of the track. Oh, there she goes. It's February 2024. She's at 2 trillion. Now she's at 2.5 trillion, breaking out to the outside. Coming around in March 2024, breaking 3.5 trillion. Here she comes for a big run around like 3.7 trillion. Holy crap, to December 2024. Now we take a dip. I don't know what happened. Oh my God, now she's breaking out of the pack again. 4.3 trillion. It's never happened before. I brought you current with a little exciting horse race. 10-7. Here we are. 10-7-2025. Brought you current. Holy sheep crap. We've never been this high. What's he saying? We've never been this high. We're higher than we've ever been. Take that and put it in your pipe and smoke it. Holy crap. Look at it. 4.3 trilskis. 10-7. You heard it here live. 10-7-2025. The cryptocurrency market has made history because we've never been this high. Put it in your pipe and smoke it. We've never been this high. 4.3 trillion. I like playing on that. It's fun. All right. Now, Bitcoin, what are you doing? Holy crap, 124 still, 8, just hanging around. What you doing? Yeah, but why is everything going? Because the money is not only going into the Bitcoin. Now, is it? That's right, Johnny. Tell him when he wins. Tell him what he wins on this. Look at this. Waka, ready to go. Bam ball. Look at. Just follow this roller coaster. Go up to the top and take the dip down the roller coaster, and now get yourself ready to come to the top here, which is going to put us here. We're about to go to $7 to $10 on XRP. It's the most obvious thing in the world, and I still have so many people asking me, "Hey Frank, should I buy XRP? Should I buy XRP?" Yeah. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't buy or sell anything because of what I say or do. That would be foolhardy because I'm not a financial advisor. You have to first consult your registered investment advisor before you buy or sell anything or make any financial decisions. I will say to you as an opinion giver that anybody not buying XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR, Algo, IOTA, Quant, VeChain, ADA, and so forth right now is a little knucklehead. That's right, I said it. I'm not ashamed of it. I'll even rip my glasses off to make the point that I'm not ashamed of it and look as dead center in this camera as I can. Y'all be knuckleheads if you ain't buying these, because that means you ain't seeing the truth. And by the way, don't buy them because of anything I say or do, because that would be foolhardy. This guy seems like he's talking in riddles sometimes. He is. Totally awesome. What's up, dude? Welcome into the cast this morning. Yeah, we have a fun one for you this morning now, don't we? We're having a blast. Holy shit, are we having a blast? Why? Oh, you're not supposed to be cussing on the channel, Tanker. Holy crap, we're having a blast. Why? Because we have a cryptocurrency market that is about to go to, I'm saying, now what are we, 4.3 trillion? Hang on. Let me take just a little peek at it again here. We have a cryptocurrency market sitting now at 4.28 trillion as of now. We are about to see, I'm going to say by the end of the year, we have about a $7 trillion crypto market-ish. It could be about 6 something. But I say we're going to pump to about 6.7-ish or so. Let me take that kind of almost the middle of that. On the higher end, though. 6.7 trilski for a crypto market is what the tank is calling by the end of the year. Let's see if I'm totally off or totally insane or totally awesome. I'm not totally awesome because you are totally awesome. In the comments section, 1-to-1 backing is Caleb and Brown. 24/7 is their operation hours. Fireblocks Custody is their institutional grade security. Guarding your cryptos. Don't be a clown. Get onto Caleb and Brown. That was pretty good. Just made that up. Must say so myself. By the way, they scour 14 liquidity providers to make sure that you are getting the best bang for your buck when it comes to cashing out your cryptocurrency. People, please. Is anybody paying attention out there in TV land? Out of the 2 people that are watching me on YouTube, I know we don't get out to anybody. I know, woe is me. Wah, tank. Keep complaining. We got to play your part. Come on. What do you think? They're going to send you out there? You got to do this for at least like 5 years before they send you out to anybody. Hey, guys, Fiat Leak, check it out, man, because if you look at it, XRP is trading almost a half a milski in the past minute. And how much is VeChain trading? Almost a half milski for a while. They're down to 100 mil. I mean, 100,000, I'm sorry. 100,000, 170,000 in the past minute is VeChain. Yeah, 180,000 in the past minute. Do you think VeChain might be doing something here? Do you think you might want to get some eyes on VeChain? Never financial advice, by the way. XLM is trading 200K in the past minute. Do you think you might want to get some eyes on some Stellar Lumens XLM? I don't know. Not financial advice. Ever. Cardano, ADA, one of the 8 co-founders of Ethereum, Charles Hoskinson. What a lovely chap. And I really mean that. Chucky's cool. 150K trading in the past minute. Tell me what you think about them apples, people, please. Do you think Cardano might be something you might want to be looking at moving forward? And not just based on that info. Now we're looking at 230,000 traded in the past minute. But go ahead and check out fundamentals and real world value of Cardano and where they are going. Let's take a look at some more ETF talk and action concerning ETFs and where we are backed up and delays and things. According to AI, today's key XRP ETF news indicates a significant slowdown in potential approvals due to me not using the full camera, which I could, and make this much easier for everybody to digest. Approvals due to the U.S. government shutdown. Oh, interesting. Government shutdown, AI Atlas comes in at exactly the right time that we actually can observe it before it goes super conjunction with us and the sun. Superior conjunction, not super, superior conjunction for a little astronomical yap for you. I'm kind of a little amateur astronomer. I don't know if I told you that part. Tank does a lot of different things. I like to do the astronomy as well for many years. And by the way, superior conjunction means, of course, that it is on the other side of the sun, and the sun's in the middle, and we then are on the other side here, and this side here, and we can't see. So the sun's in the middle. So interesting that there are just some hours, and all of a sudden the government shutdown happens right during those hours. Interesting. And also, by the way, the government shutdown is this channel's not for that, though. Hope we don't get flagged on that one, huh? Today's XRP ETF news indicates a significant slowdown. This is for people who pay attention and are not sitting inside the matrix. You start putting things together and say, interesting timing with that one. That the website's down, that you can't see and the real tracking of what's going on. Because you can't see it now from Earth. That's the point. Oh, interesting timing there. Just to fit into that window. Kind of similar, XRP gets lassoed up. Lasso them up, child. Right at that right time when they're running off with it. Oh, hang on, let me show you the timing. When they're running away with the financial system. Whoa, hang on. Don't tell me I'm wrong because I know I'm not. Look at this. All this right here should be way the heck up here, and all this activity here should be way the heck up here, like the others. It's a crusher. That's why everybody's like, it's a crap coin. Look at that chart. That's crap. Why is this so that we did not see our ascending line here? Why are we not seeing that? Why are we not seeing that? I'll answer you. I'll answer myself. This guy's talking to himself again? Yeah. Here's why. Because look at the height of it here. That's when the lassoed it up. It's the same thing that's happening right now. Wait, am I not sharing my screen? I didn't. What a knucklehead. Let me share my screen. I'm such a knucklehead. It's the same thing right here. All of this should be up. Well, hang on. Should be up here. All of this action should be up here. Meaning we should have an ascending line coming up like this, right? A trend line. And this activity should be up here at about $5 to $7. And all this activity should be at somewhere around 9, 10, 11, 12 bucks or so. Why do we not? And of course, because we don't, everybody says, oh, XRP's a crap coin. See, it didn't jump like everything else. See, it's garbage. Oh, just because it's embroiled in an SEC lawsuit during all that time. That's not the only reason. That's a crap coin. Okay, people who aren't paying attention. But here's what happened, though. Right at the height, they said, uh-oh, getting away with the financial system. Not going to happen to Ripple and XRP. Whoop, lasso them up, pull that little doggy back, and tie her up. And now we just wait until we make sure the back door is created and everything, and then we're all good. And then you can go ahead and do your thing, and you make sure you connect with us and shake hands, and everything's good. And be careful, tanker. Don't be saying too much now. Careful what you're saying now. Don't tell too much of the story. Today's XRP ETF news. Let me do it while you can see the mugger. The mugger on me. It makes it easier. Today's key XRP ETF news indicates a significant slowdown in potential approvals due to the government shutdown. Interesting government shutdown created on a whim, when wished to serve purposes and functions. Look over here, doing this over here, which began on October 6th. Oh, interesting. It began on the 6th. Wait, hang on. Began on the 6th? The 6th? The 6th? Wow. Interesting for those who know. started on the 6th. That which looks to be a bad event, a negative event for you, and all of a sudden it's closing a door and opening the door to beautiful new evolution and growth to the likes of which you've never seen before. And you're like, oh my God, I'm glad we saw the sixth, sex, the intercourse, the numerology of it all. Do you guys get all this? Do you guys understanding, or am I speaking in tongues to you? Which began on October 6th, and is expected to last for an estimated 21 days, delaying the current SEC's current decision on next XRP ETFs, which are coming next. Who's coming next? I'm going to tell you what's coming next. Despite the delay from analysts, we remain optimistic because eventual launch, with the possibility of simultaneous launch after the shutdown ends, is very likely in the cards. Meanwhile, existing XRP futures-based ETFs like Volatility shares XRPI continue to trade, providing an XRPR, of course, from REX-Osprey, providing investors with managed exposure to XRP futures contracts and also our spot ETF, which is the XRPR on the REX-Osprey. From REX-Osprey. Now, impact on the U.S. Of the U.S. government's shutdown, delay approvals, shutdowns, of course, has paused the process for the SEC to approve spot XRP ETFs. See, when you can lay out a government shutdown, it serves to lasso them up and slow it down on a few different things that were running away in the world that you didn't want to run away just yet, because you got to make sure they fit properly on the timeline now. See, because this stuff not supposed to happen like just yet. Okay? AI Atlas too, okay? Gotta be careful now. You got to keep things on the timeline and make sure that you come in and flip this lever and that lever, so that everything falls on the timeline. I think this guy might understand too much. I don't think I like this, says the algorithm. Uncertain timeline, the duration of the shutdown directly impacts when approvals can resume, with some predictions suggesting about a 21-day period that we'll be looking at. 21 days. Interesting number. Oh boy, and the hits just keep on coming. Potential for simultaneous launch. Once the shutdown ends, the approval process, I better start smiling and get happy. I feel like I'm getting just a little bit too serious and emphatic and driven about all this stuff. Let me remember to put a smile on my face and grab a cup of my fake coffee. Hold on. Okay, I thought there was something funny in there. There's not. All right. Once the shutdown ends, the approval process could allow for a simultaneous launch or an explosion of various spot XRP ETFs, which may influence market sentiment. You think? And by the way, you think that timing might be crucial as far as, it's the ever coordinating events perfectly so that they fit on the timeline where they're supposed to fit on the timeline. Thereby, as you're doing that, you're taking that beach ball and you're suppressing it down, and then when it comes on it's on the timeline, they'll be like, no, they would never do that in XRP. No, if you're following what they. Yes, they do, and yes, they would, and yes, it always happens. Because then, after that suppression of the beach ball, that event or whatever it is, if it's an XRP stock or whatever, is my opinion, once it's allowed to hop on the timeline, and then it's proper for the timeline. It's all about the timing of the event. And once the timing is proper for it, it can come like an explosion, no problem, just like the old Bitcoin took off in explosive ways. And it's still doing it. They'll never let something like a Bitcoin. Yes, they will. You just have to wait for the timing of it on the timeline. And when it is ready to be introduced to the world, according to the Matrix plot, it will be, and there you go. No, it's not because they don't want it, just because they haven't let it be a huge thing in the world up until this point in time. Just because it's not taking place, it will take place. It has to be proper on the timeline. And then sometimes, explosion. And that's what we're getting with XRP in such the largest way that you've never even seen before, in my opinion, and the rest of crypto and blockchain. It happened with the internet. Everybody thought they're never going to connect the internet and have the world be so close and so tightly woven, tightly knitted together and things, and you can just order things and oh yes, no problem with that. It's just the timing has to be as such that it's in its proper place now in the world, and then it can come about and proliferate and be a huge thing in the world. Amazon, all of them. Okay, yeah, you pay attention. Yeah, everybody pay attention to how you live long enough to see how it all unfolds every single time. There's nothing new under the sun. It all happens the same way every single time. Now I'm putting money on it. You guys do what you want. I'm not a financial advisor. Now I'm putting money on it, saying I am putting money on this pattern that I've seen a gajillion times, and I wait. And then I make lots of money. That's me, not you. You go talk to your financial advisor and play it the slow way with the old 401ks. You guys do it that way and enjoy yourselves. We do crypto way here. Guys, XRP, and it's not financial advice. You got to talk to your what you do is you play this video for your registered investment advisor. Flag the video, tag it for yourself, play it for your financial advisor when they come to sit at your kitchen table and show you their investment products and put you into 401ks. God bless them. I want to be positive because there is a place and people need their investment advisors, and I get that. And I would never say against that because I'm not saying everybody should go try to swim on their own. That would be foolhardy. And by the way, these are only my opinions anyway. Existing XRP ETFs, valid. I'll get to comments in a minute, guys. I'm sorry I'm not doing running comments because I'm off on a tangent this morning as the tanker. We're already almost a half hour in. I'm blabba, blabba, blabba. Volatility shares, XRPI. This fund offers exposure to XRP, as we mentioned before. Futures contracts traded on regulated exchanges in addition to cash-like collateral investments. Now, ProShares Ultra XRP ETF is the UXRP, which we've discussed as well. This is a leveraged ETF that seeks to provide daily investment results before fees and expenses that correspond to twice the daily performance of XRP. Market performance. These ETFs have a relatively short history, but have seen healthy participation with XRPI completing its launch, of course, May 2025. Our investor outlook here, of course, is a positive sentiment, as you would expect. Many experts anticipate a favorable outcome for XRP once spot ETFs are approved, potentially unlocking demand from retail and institutional investors, hitherto which the likes you have never frickin' seen. I think they pretty much said that incorrectly, but who gets to flipping shits? Because we're all rich. No, we're not all rich. Some are rich from doing this. Some are not, and some will fall on their face. And some, of course, will not use something like Caleb and Brown, and some people will get caught with their pants down. Sometimes I like to rhyme. It just depends. Sometimes it happens accidentally. You know what I mean? Guys, Caleb and Brown is not a platform like an exchange on the internet, like a Coinbase, like a I think people just don't understand this. Please listen. Please listen. Please give me your attention. I mean, really listen. I do it too. I pretend I listen and sometimes and I'm not listening. Caleb and Brown is a crypto brokerage. It's not a platform, an exchange on the like a Coinbase. It's not an exchange like an Uphold. It's a brokerage. There's a difference. The difference is if you connect properly with your bank and perform a test transaction, a real transaction, but a transaction to create a pathway between Caleb and Brown and your bank. If you do this, if somebody did this, what they would realize is that they don't have a limit with how much money they pull out per day. They withdraw per day. In other words, when crypto is cranking that day, you can, and they're not crashing because they're not an exchange. They work differently. They can, of course, source your liquidity for you. If the price is cheapest, Caleb and Brown will do it in-house for you and source the liquidity there if it's the best price. If it's the best price, I shouldn't say cheapest, I should say most expensive. The most expensive price XRP is at that price. Let's say it's $15.25 on one exchange on Kraken and on Coinbase. It's $15.23, and it'll be $15.32 or something. And if that's what it is for Caleb, they'll do it in-house and source the liquidity. Otherwise, they'll go outside and source 14 various liquidity providers, finding the highest price for whatever crypto you're cashing out on. Do you understand? I don't want to talk like that, but I think people don't get it. Do you also understand that you will not pull more than $50,000 a day off of Uphold? I don't know what kind of games you're playing with crypto financially, but if you've got something that can crank to 200K that day or something and you want to yank it out, you're not doing it on Uphold. I don't know if you understand the truth of this. If you're on Coinbase, you're only pulling 100,000 out a day. Unless you have a pro account, you can do, I believe it's 250 or 500. I forgot. I think it's 500. I used to know these numbers and I don't even care anymore. Really, really. Because I don't have to deal with them anymore. I have but a tiny bit on Coinbase and I have just a little bit on Uphold that I couldn't get off. Who cares? That only serves to spread my risk with crypto and diversify myself, including, 5 different cold wallets to spread. In case what happens, I don't know. I mean, if something happens, I don't know. You know what I mean? And other exchanges with crypto on it. So that God forbid something happened, I'm still okay. So anyway, do you guys understand what's going on with Caleb and Brown? I think people don't, because I think I should be seeing, I'm aggravated because I'm not seeing more people connecting and more people saying, hey, even my buddies and things saying, hey, I connected with Caleb, by the way. I got jumped on board, and I kind of saw you made, it was a good point you're making with that. I understand this stuff enough to be like, wow, nice point. I'm going to be crashed on the exchanges. Guys, I'm not even watching comments. I'm sorry. Let me get some comments here, guys. Guys, please, we have our Caleb link down below. Yes, we gain just a little bit if somebody clicks our link, but even if you didn't, you still need to get on to Caleb. Our link is safe down below, but even if you didn't, and on full transparency, we do gain if you click it. But that's not why Caleb. I was using Caleb, my wife and I, for years before, a couple years before I started this whole thing, just about. Sachu, welcome in. Jayak, what is Jayak? I'm saying Jayak. What up, Jay? What's up, Sachu? I like Hoskinson. And Jayak says XRP is the only coin, rock on. Sachi says, I like Hoskinson. He tries so hard to be stoic, but he's a very emotional person. He is. He's a good soul. I like Chucky. One day he loves alts and XRP, and the other day he hates everything and becomes a doomer in crypto. I know. That's because Chucky is a human being, and I get what you're saying, Sachi, and I've said this before. And I've taken this stance on Chucky now. I call him to the point where I call him Chucky, and he probably gets pissed off. I'm sorry. Charles, and I mean it with respect. Charles is pretty awesome. I mean, just try to be Charles and try to be in that spot of, doing the whole thing with Ethereum, going over and saying, you know what, in a ballsy way, going to do a good Cardano. We just I'm doing this. We're doing this thing. I give the guy credit. I mean, then goes the whole thing, and then the whole, the strifing with the XRP community, Cardano. We all want our coin to crank, and some people loaded up, of course, a lot more on the Cardano, and some people more on the XRP, and they're like, we don't like you. By the way, we're Doge people over here, and that whole thing, right? And so, poor Chucky, and then, I'm saying kind of like poor Chucky. I think try to be in that role. Yes, he's got lots of money. I know. I understand. That's fine. Money isn't everything. I mean, try to be in that role and deal with all that stuff, even having lots of money. So, yeah, Chucky, hats off to you, buddy. I know, Sachu, Chucky's cool. I think I like Charles. Check your face. Good morning. Check your face. Good morning. That was so lame. Trying to be fun. What a lame inflection that was I put on that. Sorry, check your face. Do you talk about this fun stuff in the Patreon? Yes, I do. Nice little alien face from the Marnie. Yes, I certainly do, Marnie. The Patreon stuff. Patreon's fun, by the way. We get into all the kind of what's really happening on the world and how we are kind of in a matrix. Got to tell you. And if you don't see that, careful what you're saying here. We can get into all this stuff on the Patreon. Sachi says, for the people who can't get out, wait, Jayak says, sorry, I don't want to miss your question. Question, do you think Ripple will get its banking license? Yes, I do. Coming up very shortly. We know they filed. Yes, they're getting that very shortly. And so that way they can wield their stable coin and do all kinds of different things, as you well know. And oh boy, can they push it. Oh, can they push XRP and RLUSD once that happens? Anyway, the question from Jayok is, do you think Ripple will get its banking license? Yes, my opinion. Or do you think the pushback from the banks will be too much? No, the pushbacks from the banks have not proven to be too much. They only proved to be too much in the beginning. And the tug of war happens with XRP and the banks. And here it's on. And XRP's losing. They're losing. They're losing. They're falling forward. Oh my God, the banks are winning. No, son, XRP gets shot away. What? They're winning this lawsuit? Oh, they won the lawsuit? What? Blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, the regulation's happening and it's all going in favor of crypto. What? No, it's only because we got the S-curve thing. I hope I'm not driving people crazy. I try to be as fun as I can, and it doesn't work so well when you're not on full screen there, guy. If you think about it, it's the perfect time for the whiteboard. Hold on, guys. Oh, and by the way, how about you don't forget while I'm grabbing the old whiteboard about the obviousness of all that crap. I'll be back. And we're back. And we have a whiteboard that for our set now is just so monstrous and huge. What could I write on here? Geez, look at it. It takes up the entire space. Boy, am I loving this. All right, here we go. Here we go. By the way, man, I missed this whiteboard, and you can't do the whiteboard without this. Now, hold on. Yes, of course. We're going to need the whole kit and caboodle. Now, we're going to get into lesson time. It's very simple. I'm going to make it short and sweet. I'll look at you while I'm talking to you. I had somebody in the comments go, hey, look at me when you're talking to me, guy, or something like that. It was the funniest thing. What a hilarious comment. People sometimes can be so fun. I'm having so much fun. I hope you are too. All right, let's get it done. Here you go. Whiteboard time. See this? I know, there's nothing there. Relax. Okay. H-bar gets washed out. No worries. H-bar always seems to get washed out. H-bar is your next... Wait, let me get in here. H-bar is your next XRP, baby. All right, there they are. Anybody who is paying attention, you don't need me in here. I can be out here. Here you go. XRP, XLM, XTC, our three X's. H-bar joining the party. But let's not forget, we have others. Right? I made it worse. Right? Right. We have others. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hang on, gang. Hold on now, child. Hold on now. The 8 ISOs. What are they? It's a gear system, huh? In crypto. Boom. 8 ISOs in crypto, known as XRP, XLM, XDC, Algo, Quant, Cardano, Hedera. Bada binga, bada boomba. There you go. For newcomers, known for its role in enabling fast and low-cost cross-border payments, is the Ripple network. For the newcomers, Stellar. This payment platform, let me get back here because it's easier and it's, it's kind of funny that you can't see my face, but I'm like the guy over the fence there on Home Improvement. Hilarious. Stellar, so this payment platform is focused on connecting financial institutions and individuals for cheap international transfers. And to do things like when you have a tsunami somewhere in the world and you need funds to get there quickly on someone's cell phone that doesn't have a bank, but they have a cell phone and they can get aid immediately, like right away, through MoneyGram, of course, as well, is Stellar XLM. Algorand, a high-performance blockchain platform that offers fast, scalable, and secure transactions for financial applications. Number 4, Quant. Its over-ledger technology is designed for interoperability, connecting various blockchains and traditional financial systems. Think the connector might be important, like Chainlink? I'm not saying anything purposely. Number 5, Cardano ADA, a smart contract platform that, while not originally designed with ISO 20022 in mind, as you recall, has a framework that makes it suitable for integration. Why? Because Charles Hoskinson's really smart. That's why. So we can say what we want about Chuck, but the dude's genius and he knows what the heck's going on and he saw it early too. Now wait a minute now, child, if I'm going to create this better Ethereum and jump on board with the crypto blockchain thing, serving real functions in the world, I want it to be able to handle voting awesomely, which it does. And things like financial system needs. Oh my gosh, I got to jump on board with you. And that's why. And then he jumped on with it. And the people, see, now you're going to compete with XRP. And the XRP army got all crazy. And they're like, we don't like this Cardano. Rah, rah, rah. And then Chuck was like, you guys F off. Blah, 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 blah. And he voiced himself. All of a sudden, he's a big jerk. And people are like, forget it. I'm selling all my Cardano. Oops. Whoopsies. I listen to a lot of YouTube influencers, guys, who tell me that who I've watched who when that happened with Charles, they said, I sold all my Cardano. Forget it. Whoops. Remember what we said? We don't get emotional when it comes to our investing and our decisions. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, so don't take this advice to heart. You have to consult your registered investment advisor or your financial advisor. I'm going to say my opinion is that this is how this always goes down. Let's get to number 6, Hedera Hashgraph HBAR. HBAR running on Hashgraph technology, which of course is different from blockchain technology. Some say it's better in certain regards, and it is, and it's not as good in other regards. So Hedera, this distributed public ledger, uses a unique Hashgraph consensus mechanism for fast and secure transactions created by Mance Harmon and Lehman Baird. Navy professor, mathematics professor, blockchain professor, awesome dudes created Hedera. Interesting guys there. Talk about a solid project and solid founders and solid guys, and saying, you know what, this is our house. Like Hedera House is going to be quality, classy, truthful, honest, groundbreaking, Genius, high IQ people. That's who is in this environment, in this culture. Are we discriminating? Well, people might say, but I don't know. A Ripple is the same way. You ain't coming onto that Ripple team and walking through them doors and getting hired unless you were in line with their ecosystem and what Brad believes and what they believe over there, and Monica being one of the longest standing players. I was so happy when they made her president. What good for you, Monica. And look at the truth of it, right? And then you got some other companies where it's like they kind of let almost anybody through the door as an employee and a partner that they connect with, an affiliate with, right? So these tell a lot. The quality of our friends tell a lot about who we are. The quality of our partnerships as a company and who we hire as employees and will allow into our family tells a huge amount about that company. Does it not? Excuse me. It does. Guys, let's use our heads. For those of you who dumped Cardano because that happened with Chuck back in the day, and to my buddies and YouTube influencers, I'm sorry you got so emotional. That was a mistake. We all make them. It's okay. I do remember very clearly when that happened, hearing this and in my car driving to work, thinking to myself, this was a couple years ago, I think we all remember when this happened, and I thought to myself, wow, these guys are selling their Cardano because this happened with Charles and everything. Wow, interesting. Boy, you guys be getting real emotional about this stuff. What does that have to do with Charles's project and what he's doing with Cardano and its traction in the world and its history and where it's going and boom, 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 and how much dough I'm going to make on it? Has nothing to do with how much dough I'm going to make on it. So why would I dump Cardano? And I didn't. In fact, you got more at that time. Never financial advice, and boy, I'm happy you did. See, do you play crypto the right way? Do you play crypto like a child? Or do you play crypto like a master? If you'd like to play crypto like a master, you might want to hang around for a little while. You might want to tap that like and subscribe to pay me back just a little bit if that's who you are. And if you're not and you're already advanced, at least I'm helping to fortify and remind you of the truth. So you're going to tap that like and subscribe just because of that. So I hope you're having fun. Don't forget about IOTA, by the way, as number 7, which is a distributed ledger technology for the Internet of Things, which is IoT, as we know, that facilitates machine-to-machine transactions so that cars can talk to highways as they drive across them. Yeah? And make payments and shiat. Yeah? Yeah. Don't forget about number 8, XDC Network. XDC, an enterprise-ready hybrid enterprise-grade blockchain, we say, is XDC. Boy, wait till you see what's under the hood with concerning these tech stacks. Have you opened your eyes to XDC or not? Running on the Zinfin network out of Singapore. When I started the channel, I had people on the comment, it's out of China. I'm like, is this what YouTube is going to be? These knuckleheads trying to go tit for tat with me with facts and stuff. I'm like, no, it's out of Singapore. Like, don't just stop. Go create your channel and get out of my face. Anyway, an enterprise ready. I'm totally kidding. I'm trying to have fun. Enterprise ready hybrid blockchain built for global trade and finance is the XDC network. Tokenizing trade finance is the XDC network. Putting all the U.S. patents on the blockchain is the XDC network. XDC, you think it might be worth something someday, a little more than what, 6 cents? Where's XDC right now? Oh boy, people please. Are we having fun this morning? I hope we are. I got to get to some other activities though. I got to get off the stream, guys. We're at 0.074 cents for an XDC. Now look, it's never financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. It is never financial advice. XDC is at 0.074 cents. I think the whole world knows XDC is going to at least $5, $10, $20, $30, $40, $50, 100, 200, 300, very likely $500 to $1,000. And anybody who does not understand crypto will never believe that that could be true. But you're seeing Bitcoin at $124,000. So maybe you need to shut your little yapper and pay attention to what's going on and stop trying to tell the world that crypto can't do what it can do. Because I'm telling you, price, and this is my opinion, that XDC is at 0.074 cents. And if an individual said, you know what, I've been hearing enough about this stuff. Let me just go ahead and give this shit a shot. All right, let me just try it. I'm going to go ahead and put 10K on it. All right, I could put it on other things, but let me just try it. I'm going to go ahead and do it, and I'm going to put $10,000 on it. It's never financial advice. It's a calculator exercise. Let me go ahead and give it a shot. let me just give it a shot. Because if I do, it's going to give me 134,000. Let's call it 134,000 straight up XDC. So that when XDC does go to its $500, and even if you say it's not going to be $500 ever, oh, I believe it is. If we hang on, that's $67 million for putting in $10,000, and that crap's real if she goes to 500, and she totally can. If you look at crypto prices and you look at XDC, you look at its tokenomics, and you look at what it's doing in the world and its track record, in likelihood is it probably is going to go to $500. You just got to wait, and you don't want to do that. And that's the issue, is people are impatient. And so if we wait, and even if it only does half that, by the way, it's freaking 30,000, what? 32,000.5, what? Oh my God. Guys, wake the fluck up with an L. I put the L in, wake the fluck up. Holy Christmas, guys. Okay, so let's say it doesn't do that. Let's say the 134 coins of XDC only go, okay, so I can stop yelling, only go to, let me calm down. Man, it only went to like $75, man. Tank was wrong. You know, he was wrong. I only made 10 million on that. On that 10,000. He was wrong. Who cares if it goes to half that or so, 35, 37 bucks. I only made 5 million on that 10 grand. It's not financial advice. It's a calculator exercise. That's with it going to like, 35 bucks, whatever, 37 bucks. If it only goes to 37 bucks or something, and you have 134,000 coins, or I do, or anybody does, right? We're only really looking at like 5 mil. Nah. Is it really worth it? Because if it goes to like 17 bucks, you're only looking at like, 2.5 mil or something for putting in 10 grand. I mean, it's kind of going down the ladder for you in my head with the math. Is it really worth it? 2.5 mil to put in 10K? Nah, I'm good. I'm good, Tank. It only went to 17 bucks XDC. I bought it at 0.074 cents, and it only went to, like 17 bucks, Frank. I only made 2.5 mil. Not cool. I'm all good, Frank. No, I'm sorry. It only went to $8. Not cool. I only made like 1.7 mil, whatever, 5 mil, whatever the number is. Not cool for putting in 10K. I'm all good, Tank, with this crypto stuff. Oh, boy. I'm having too much fun, guys. Too much fun. Too much fun. We're having too much damn fun. Oh, my gosh. Crypto is fun. Hey, let me get back to our comments. Do you think Ripple will get its banking? Oh, we already covered that. Yeah, of course it is. Hey, Jay, thanks for the comment. Yeah, of course it's going to get it. Did it put it out there? Is it doing its thing? Did it show up to the first? Let me just answer and try to be a funny guy. And I'm not being mean. I'm being fun. Let me answer your question. Did they show up the first day of court with 15 vehicles and 4 to 6 attorneys or something like that stepped out that were former SEC attorneys, and the SEC pulled up with like 2 or 3 cars with like 4 attorneys, 6 attorneys the first day? I don't know if you knew that or not. Like, did that happen? Did Ripple's just spend like literally 150 or whatever to 200 million, whatever the number is now, to actually be one of the first people in history to ever like fight off the SEC, quote unquote? Playing the game, you know what I mean? Holding the hand, let's not get into too much of it. But getting lassoed up and saying, all right, we'll play along while you create your back door. Okay, I know you got to own everything. I get it. Especially something as big as Ripple and XRP that's going to be running all this stuff. You got to lasso us up so you can own the back door and slow it up. I get it. Okay, good. We'll go along with the lawsuit. And then all of a sudden the rest of it just takes place. Yeah, that's for someone who's out of the matrix, this one. Now, for those who have this open or who are out of the matrix, see the truth of this. And we're not making it up either. It's not a conspiracy. It is a conspiracy. If you think about it, almost everything's a conspiracy. What are you talking about? Go look the definition up. Wait, hang on. We're doing it right now, conspiracy. Watch. Wait, hang on. I got to do it so that we can stop all the horse crap that people do. Boy, are we locked into an interesting matrix. Conspiracy definition. Boy, are we all locked into the matrix and don't even realize it. A secret plan by a group to do something unlawful or harmful. Interesting. Go back to an older Webster's dictionary. They changed the definition that pulls up for the world. Watch. Old Webster dictionary definition. A combination of men for an evil purpose, an agreement between two or more persons. This is the one I remember as a kid, because when I see the definition of conspiracy, I'm like, I'm a weird, crazy, weird crypto-loving person that loves like code and loves to lock in certain things and like a weirdo. And I locked that into my memory banks when I was very young. I think it was like 8 or 9 because I wanted to know. I was watching an Abraham Lincoln episode where he got assassinated, the John Wilkes Booth that, learned about it in school and everything. And I think I was like 8. And I was like, no, what does that definition really mean? And I looked it up and I locked it into my memory banks. And this is the one I locked in. An agreement between two or more persons to commit some crime in concert. Interesting. A combination of men. It emphasizes that at least 2 individuals must be involved in the agreement, right? At least 2 have to be involved for it to be a conspiracy. The conspiracy involves a secret pact or act together in a criminal manner. Okay, so it's not a conspiracy per the definition. How about we wake up and stop being so locked into the matrix? This is not a conspiracy per the definition, and it is in certain ways, and there's nothing wrong with it. That's what the world does. You get groups or companies that partner to take care of a certain agenda. Now, the criminal aspect is what we say is, now, they're not doing anything criminal, though. Now, that's the piece that's in question if we're putting our thinking caps on. Anyway, I think we all see the truth of crypto. More comments here. Completely don't think as much pressure, says Sachu. They should have looked at what XRP holders do in a crisis. Yes, they should have, because a lot of people lost their Cardano. It's really sad for me that so many people use emotion to play the markets and don't look at something so simple as those 3. And hold long term. It's not financial advice. You got to check out, it's not showing up on the whiteboard. You got to check out the Patreon, man. And I'm going to get out of this silly suit. Hang on here. Because it's driving me crazy. Guys, please don't forget, if you don't mind, don't forget the Patreon. Check that out, and I hope you have an awesome Tuesday, and I hope you enjoyed our episode today. Yes, we got a little bit crazy like we like to do sometimes. And Sachu, thanks for stopping in. Jayok, thanks for stopping in. Marnie, check your face. Marnie, don't check your face, but also check your face. Thank you. Totally awesome. Thank you for stopping in. You guys are pretty cool, and so is everybody else. Thanks for tuning into Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with Professor Tank here. Frank the Crypto Tank. Tap like, subscribe, and do not forget to tap the bell notification to get more of me, because I'm one of the realest dudes you're going to find in crypto now, child, because I'm not playing games. I'm here to invest properly. I'm not here to give investment advice, by the way. It's only my opinion. I'm here for entertainment. I'm here to crush it in crypto with the 8 ISOs that, of course, we found on the channel before anybody, and we have no proof of that, but it literally was 8 months before anybody ever talked about it, that my wife said, man, you're so good with this stuff. You found them. Why don't you go start a YouTube channel? So I did. Have a good day. Love you guys. See you. Thanks for supporting and hanging out with us and bantering back and forth. You know we love you. You're the best part of this whole thing. Taking the glasses off and dropping them for that one. You guys are. I love you guys. Have a good day. Not in a weird, creepy way, by the way.